Hey guys, what's going on? Quintbeastwood here, and today I'm chilling in the garage, and I'm about to do a Q&A. All right, so if you follow me on Instagram, I do Q&As on a weekly basis. People seem to like them. I don't know. Maybe I'm a pretty interesting, entertaining guy. I don't know. Anyways, the way it works is I put up the post, you ask the questions, I answer them. So if you want to ask me a question, you gotta go over to my Instagram page and follow the kid, all right? So head on over, follow Quintbeastwood at Quintbeastwood. Send me a follow, and let's get to work, all right? Also, I post some pretty good content. Normally it's, a lot of workout stuff. These days I'm not training as much, so I'm not posting as much, but you get the idea. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Would you ever consider having Coach Greg coach you? There's a lot of coaches in that sentence. Coach Greg, I know Coach Greg. I actually have met him. He's a really nice guy. He's always been a really nice guy ever since I met him. He's been a very hardworking guy from what it seemed. I know he's really popular right now, but when I met him, he wasn't like as well known as he is now. And I've always had a lot of respect for him. So he seems very knowledgeable. I actually watch a lot of his videos. He puts out a lot of great information. There's nothing that I have against the information that he puts out there. I have a coach. I work with a coach. My coach's methods seem to work good for me. I also have a great relationship with my coach. He's one of my good friends. I have no interest in working with anybody else. So I hope that answers your question. It doesn't matter how qualified anybody else is. I am good friends with my coach, and he's really smart and he works for me, and I like the way that he does preps. So yeah, not to take anything away from any other coach. I just like things the way that they are. So the question is, what would you say to someone who is thinking about using PEDs but isn't sure? If you're not sure, don't do it. I've gotten a couple questions about why I started using, and I will answer it when we get to that specific question. However, I think if you're indecisive about it, don't do it. I don't recommend that anybody does it. For those of you that know a lot about me, that have followed me on Instagram for a while, I turned pro naturally. I was a really good natural bodybuilder. I was the best in the country. I competed at Worlds. I competed against guys that were on stuff. I beat a number of those guys. I didn't win. I came fourth in the under 23 division in 2017. And I came 8th out of 10 bodybuilders in like the all ages, but it was open. Like everybody was using stuff. I was natural. So I beat 2 guys. I was happy about that. Anyways, it's my claim to fame. To each their own. If you want to smoke weed, smoke weed. If you want to do things that are worse than that, it's up to you, but I wouldn't recommend them. Why did you decide to start PEDs instead of saying Natty? So I was Natty when I turned pro, as I just said previously. I was a professional natural bodybuilder for about a year, 2017, 2018, and I made no money as a bodybuilder. Like, I was still working my day job. I worked at Good Life as a personal trainer. So for you Canadians that know about Good Life Fitness, you could like it if you want, but fuck that place in terms of like the structure of the work. It just wasn't my thing. Like, I just felt like I was way better than what I was getting, and I was putting in too much time and not getting as much out of it. And I just felt like my value was way higher than what I was investing my time into. So I felt like I needed to do something. I've always been a fan of just bodybuilding, open bodybuilding, classic physique, men's physique. I'm a fan of all aspects of bodybuilding. And I knew that I had really good genetics. I knew that I had the work ethic. For me, it was more of a sacrifice. And if I had never turned professional naturally, I would have never used gear because I would have had no interest. But because I was already a professional, now I'm a professional trainer. I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm also a pro bodybuilder. But as a natural, I'm not good enough as a pro. A lot of people would come and be like, you should have just did classic, you would dominate. No, guys, my stage weight was 215. I was great as a natural bodybuilder, but at my height, you would have to fill out at 240 to meet the weight cap, 240. So I would be giving up 25 pounds of muscle. They would have conditioning, muscle density, width. They'd have a lot of things over me. So it's just, if you really break it down, I wouldn't have done well. Question is, if you could only use one performance enhancing drug forever, what would you pick? I wouldn't use anything. And the reason why is because I don't enjoy using stuff. Like, I'm not somebody that gets a kick out of being on stuff. You know, it's a career for me, and it's something that I have decided to bite the bullet on, you know what I'm saying? And I do it, but it's not something that I love. Can we recreate the show the friendship side chest shot? This is from my friend Michael Lontalk. Inside joke. Anyways, I wonder if I can find the clip of this. I might be able to find a picture. We will see. We can definitely recreate that, Michael. How old did you start bodybuilding and what did you do before? So I mean, I technically started working on building my muscles and essentially bodybuilding, not necessarily at a competitive level, but bodybuilding, like sculpting my physique when I was 17 or 18. Before that, I was a high school student. The question is, what made you start bodybuilding and what motivates you to keep it going? Okay, first of all, I've been an athlete my whole life. I played football, basketball. I've attempted soccer, wasn't that good. I was a track and field star back in elementary school. So I was always very active. I love being competitive. I love being physical. And as soon as high school ended, I was a basketball player.
Oh, we got one more. We got one more. Get that again. Get that again. Get that again.
Between grade 10 and 11, I was pretty good. Grade 12 came around and I started smoking too much pot. I stopped caring about sports. I wasn't training as much, so I wasn't as good. But I still played, and I realized that when the season ended, I was no longer going to be able to play basketball because I was going to turn 18, and they started charging 18-year-olds. The community centers would let you play for free if you were 17 and under. However, once I turned 18, I would have to pay. I didn't have a job, so I was like, well, I can't afford to play basketball anymore. So what I did is, I have an older brother, and at the time we looked pretty similar. So I would use his key tag and I would go to the gym and start training. So Damon, if you're watching this video, thank you. You're the reason why I am where I am today and why I will be the best bodybuilder in the world in a couple of years. So thank you, brother. But my brother was generous enough to let me do that. We broke the rules a bit, but I didn't have money. So what was I going to do? And I knew I needed to stay active. So he would go to the gym during regular times and I would just go late with his key tag and I would just get my workout in at night with my high school friends. Photo of you at 15, done. Okay, at this point, expect a picture of me at 15 to be on the screen, hopefully. This is hilarious, oh my gosh. So if you are trying to get vascular or already are, does getting a deep cut ruin it? Then he asked again. I'm asking because I've heard the saying, one paper cut and it's all over. So I guess he's referring to when somebody's very lean, very vascular, and they're just absolutely shredded. You see a lot of veins. And people comment sometimes and say, if you get a paper cut, it's all over, you're dead. So it's just a funny comment. It's just to say, like, you know, the artery, the vein is exposed, so simple paper cut is over, but we've never heard of anybody dying like that. So I don't think that that's a thing. I think it's a myth. So you could relax. All right, you don't gotta worry. We're all gonna be okay. All right, it doesn't matter how lean you are. A paper cut ain't gonna kill you. All right, I'm gonna bet my car on that. I hope I don't lose this one. Kai or Phil? As a bodybuilder, Phil. Like, no question, bro. Do you wish you had started working out faster than you did? At what age did you start? Well, the first time I lifted weights was 12, 13-ish. Pictures here. So I first started training around 12, 13, then I stopped. And the reason why I stopped was because I was still an athlete, and lifting weights was making my arms slower. I was playing football at the time, and I was playing basketball. It was ruining my jump shot, and also I was starting to intimidate other kids. So I didn't actually care to be jacked. I was training to be strong at that time. I wanted to build abs and have decent biceps, but I didn't care to be a bodybuilder. I was just training because I was a very athletic kid and I liked being fit, and it was just another way to stay fit. It was a new thing for me. So I was training once a week and I got pretty good results considering. And I would drink milk. I would have cereal with fucking milk. I could have sworn back then, because I was a kid, I thought milk had a lot of protein in it. I don't know why. I don't know where I had gotten it from. You know, actually those food guides, they used to say that milk was healthy. I don't know if that's still the case, because obviously I think 75% of people are lactose intolerant, so I don't really know if it should be on there, but it was back then and I believed it, so I did it. And I don't know, maybe it was just my genetics, since a lot of you say, best genetics in the world. So I guess I just have to look at weights and I'll grow. To live someone else's life, would rather live like Michael Jordan or Ronnie Coleman. Personally, I like who I am, and I don't want to leave my life and live somebody else's, even though somebody else's can have so many great things about theirs. There's so much more to my life. I've enjoyed my life up until this point, and I plan on enjoying it even more. But if I were to choose, I would choose Michael Jordan, because Ronnie Coleman obviously has a lot of like health issues at this time, and by health issues, I mean his back, like he just a lot of injuries from his intensity when he was training, etc. So I don't think that's fun. So I would prefer Michael Jordan. Oh, smiley face. Well, thank you. I don't think that's a question. What is the environment like at Pure Muscle and Fitness in comparison to other gyms? The majority of people they're very respectful. Like commercial gyms, it's not like that. Commercial gyms, you have people like wipe their ass and fucking leave it like on a fucking machine, or, you know, it's just gross. You might go into a bathroom, there's shit on the wall. Like commercial and very public gyms aren't good, but Pure Muscle and Fitness is a private gym. The membership isn't as cheap as a lot of commercial gyms, so if you want to train at a gym like that, you really have to be passionate about fitness. It has to be something that you're willing to invest in. So I feel like it attracts people that are more serious about their goals and about their fitness and about their lifestyle. So everybody, the environment is just lovely. Everyone's respectful, everybody's cool, people are clean, everybody cleans up after themselves. There have been no COVID cases, and I bet there never will be. I have an obsessive personality. Bodybuilding is taking over my life. I don't know if it's a career option or not yet. Any advice? Well, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, or I don't know, like what are you into? If you are feeling like it's taking, okay, if you feel like bodybuilding is taking over your life and it's not allowing you to do things that are important to you or do things that you feel like you should be doing, then I don't know, maybe slow it down. I don't know how to get you to stop, because obviously if it's obsessive, it's something that's very hard to stop, but you might just be shit out of luck. So the last question is, when will we see a baby Beastwood? It's funny because I'm a very grounded individual, so I'm not somebody that's looking to just have a kid or have kids. I love the notion, I love the idea of having kids, having a family, but that's something that I believe can't be rushed. And I have a girlfriend right now, she's amazing, she's great. See where things go, you know. If that were to, like, that's not something that's on my mind at this time. Like, I feel like you just gotta live in the moment, you gotta live life, enjoy things, and take things for what it is. I don't put any sort of pressure on myself or the amazing woman that I am with. And she doesn't do that to me or herself either. So it's not something that we're thinking about, but we both would like to have a family at some point. And if that were to happen one day, that'd be cool. But we don't put that kind of pressure. Nothing is promised. Tomorrow's not promised. And a lot of people make the mistake of living in tomorrow and forgetting about today. So I'm really focused on the present, making my present as great as it could be, because that's gonna set you up, set myself up for a better tomorrow. So yeah, but definitely I'm a family guy. So just to wrap up, I just want to make sure that this message gets across, because YouTube is different than Instagram. The people in the comment sections are way more negative on YouTube. Like, they just attack you, say, roids, this, that, and it's just like, oh, okay, sure. Like, go ahead, hate, I don't really care. I don't want people to think that this is something that I think that other people should do. I'm being straight up with you guys because I feel like transparency is an important thing. A lot of bodybuilders, a lot of people in the fitness industry are just phony. A lot of people are fake. There's so many fakes out there. And I'm just trying to change things up, man. let me share one of my things with you. I think that before you can be an enhanced bodybuilder, you have to be a good natural bodybuilder first. And I don't mean in terms of accomplishments, I mean in terms of the lifestyle. You have to be able to weigh out your meals, eat clean day in, day out, eat clean for weeks straight without hating yourself. Like if you can diet, if you could do a full prep naturally and you look good on stage, like respectably good, if you like how you look on stage, then that's what it is. At the end of the day, bodybuilding, whether you're natural, whether you're not natural, like the actual acts, the day-to-day aspects of being a bodybuilder are the same. There's certain things that are a little different, but they don't matter. If you don't diet well, if you don't train hard, if you don't do your cardio, you're not gonna be a good bodybuilder. And these are the staples that I had to master when I was natural, and that's why I looked freaky. Well, my genetics, obviously, but also because I knew how to bring my look to life. If I came on stage fat, if I didn't know how to diet, would I have been an IFBB pro? I just want to make it very clear that I don't think a lot of you youngsters, because I get messages from young guys, when should I use, blah, blah, blah. Man, don't use, fuck it. Like, what are you using it for? Like, the way I see it, if I was gonna get on gear, like, for fun, just to build muscle, like, I mean, I like how I look naturally. I like how I look now. Some people ask me if I regret it. Like, there's nothing I regret. I make way more money than I ever did. With that being said, my little rant is done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am freezing in this garage. Like, can't wait to go inside and wrap myself in a blanket and get nice and cozy. Anyways, don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, and holla at your boy Quintbeastwood. You know, I'll be back out with another video in a couple of days. You just wait. All right, so keep it locked. See you guys later.
How many times do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym about like nowadays like 6 times a week because I'm preparing. Yeah, I'm preparing for like a show. So it's a natural bodybuilding.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But,
So you're just using whey proteins and supplements?
like, yeah, I use a couple supplements. I use like BCAAs. I use like
Glutamate.
protein, of course. Yeah. Again, you know, you gotta save the joints, right? But I think the most important thing is getting in like the proper foods. You know, you gotta make sure you get enough carbs, get enough protein every day. Yeah.
Yeah, food is important.